Prophetic Passion and Compassion, a reflection for the fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time. When we hear the word prophecy, we generally think of prescience and prediction, the seeing and telling of future events. Biblical prophecy, like that of Jeremiah, the prophet featured in this Sunday's first reading, is much more about the present than the future. Biblical prophets are called to speak the truth. More than that, they risk their reputations and very often their lives to speak the truth to power, facing the kings and princes, the priests and people of their day, and delivering a stinging message from the Lord. True, sometimes that means pointing out the future consequences of a present course of action, but still, their testimony focuses on the situation at hand. Where do they find the passion to carry out their mission, the courage to endure rejection and ridicule, danger, and even death threats? The responsorial psalm chosen for this Sunday gives us a clue. With selected verses from Psalm 71, it speaks of reliance on God from birth onward. Though paired here with readings about the young Jeremiah at the beginning of his 40-year career and Jesus in the early days of his public ministry, Psalm 71 is the prayer of an old person looking back on a lifetime of intimacy with God, calling on God's continued protection from a host of enemies. Quotes from the biblical version bear this out. "Do not cast me aside in my old age. As my strength fails, do not forsake me." And "Bring to a shameful end those who attack me. Cover with contempt and scorn those who seek my ruin." Read start to finish, Psalm 71 sounds like an excerpt from the prayer journal of a beleaguered prophet approaching the end of his life. Taking the form of a weary lament that demonstrates deep trust, Psalm 71 gives us a clear sense that the spirit energy flowing from intimate relationship with God fires the prophet's passion for truth-telling, even at the end of a lifetime when that fire has burned down to mere ash and ember. Neither Jeremiah nor Jesus would have gone far without it. Prophets in our time, speaking the truth and acting in love on behalf of the voiceless and powerless, calling for justice and decency and wholeness in the human family, risk all measure of public outcry and mean-spirited mockery. These prophetic types may inspire or irritate us, prod our consciences, or dog our dreams. But the challenge to live the gospel we profess as Catholic Christians comes through nonetheless. As baptized disciples of Jesus Christ, we are all called to seek the truth, speak the truth, and act according to it, with love as our primary witness. Those watching and listening will know we are Christians by our love or by our lack of it, with the latter giving Christ a bad name. In a few weeks, we will hear Jesus set the highest possible standard, saying, "Love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you." In today's second reading, St. Paul spells out comprehensive criteria for testing our attitudes, actions, and motivations against the standard of love. All three affect our witness, for good or for ill. We do well to reread 1 Corinthians 12:31 through 13:13, letting it sink in deeply and profoundly. May we respond to its invitation to live in God, in the divine communion of Father, Son, and Spirit, who is love.